through it, hopefully we can remember what goes in these blanks. Okay, it says if a point on the perpendicular bisector of if a point is on the perpendicular bisector of a segment, then it is equidistant from the endpoints. Nice job. Okay, let's look at the next one. If a point is equidistant from the endpoints of a segment, then it is on the perpendicular bisector. Okay, so these should be reviewed. Let's look at the next one. The shortest distance from a point to a line is measured along the perpendicular segment from the point to the line. And if a point is on the bisector of an angle, then it is equidistant from the sides of the angle. Okay, so those should be reviewed. Now what we're going to get into is section 3.6. Now these are construction problems. Guaranteed you're going to have 2 of these on your assessment at the end of the chapter. Okay, now this is where things get interesting. So let's go ahead and look at this. It says construct triangle A, B, C using the 3 segments AB, BC, and CA shown below. Okay, how many different sized triangles can be drawn? Okay. So we are on page 170. Now I'm going to give you a little hint. You will always start with the longest segment, and you want to make that the the base of the triangle. Okay? Use the longest segment as the base, because then it's a little bit easier to deal with the 2 shortest segments. So if we're on page 170, so if you want to go through this together, we can walk through this in class, and then that way you'll know what you're going to be doing on your homework. So yep, get a compass if you need one. We're going to start by duplicating what segment then?
CA.
CA. Okay, so I'm going to start by duplicating CA. So first thing I'm going to do to duplicate CA, remember us, I'm going to go ahead and place one end of the compass on C. Oops, I didn't want to do that. Let's undo. There we go. I'm going to go ahead and open up my compass. And I'm running into trouble here because I don't have enough room. So we'll just try and, I think I can make it bigger though. Let's see. Ah, there we go. Huh, good deal. There, now we should be fine. Wow, good job. Okay, so we have CA. There we go. So I'm going to go and duplicate that down here. There's C. And so things I'm looking for is I'm looking for these marks. So when you take your assessment, do your assessment, don't just open up your compass and not make a mark there. Always make a mark because that's what I look for. So this is now C. A. So I've started with my biggest side. Now what I'm going to do is I'm going to take my middle side that in this case is CB or BC. And so where I'm going to place that is I'm going to place that over here with point C because that's where it goes. So let's go ahead and measure BC. Now I'm going to come down here. Oops. I don't want to make that mark. I'm going to come down here. Now when I do this, I am going to make an arc. Okay, now watch how I make my arc. I'm going to actually make it because I don't know where point B is. Point B is somewhere along this arc. We just don't know where it's at. So we're going to make an arc. We don't know exactly where point B is. It's somewhere floating on this blue line. Now what I need to do is I need to measure what segment? AB. And so what I'm going to go ahead and do is I'm going to go ahead and measure the length of AB. What do you think you're going to do there? make another arc, and I'm going to start over here at point A. Okay, and so A is anywhere along that that arc that's aqua. So where do you know they intersect? What point is that? That is point B. So that is how you make a triangle when you know 3 sides. Always start with your longest side. Then go to your medium side, then your smallest side. Okay, so the last thing we're going to do is we're just going to go ahead and draw our sides of our triangle in. The other thing you need to make sure that you do is you need to label your sides. So pretty straightforward, you can handle that. But will they all be like that? Probably not. Okay, so let's look at this one. Just a second, let me go ahead and let's go ahead and get that out of here. Just a second. Okay, now this one says construct triangle ABC, and I'm given 2 sides and an angle. Once again, where do you think I'm going to start? The longest side. So AB, I'm going to go ahead and start with a straight line. Now this one is actually taken from, folks, this is taken from number 5. Okay, number 5. So that's where we're at. Number 5 on page 172. So first thing I'm going to do is start with AB. So here's A. And I'm going to go ahead and use my compass to measure AB. I'm going to have to make that increase length. Okay. I'm going to actually reflect that just a second. There we go. I'm going to have to measure mine upside down because otherwise I'm going to be off on my screen here. So let's go ahead and increase. Oh, still need to increase even more. There we go. I have to go what? Oh, I have to go even more. Holy buckets. You know what? I'm just going to go 2 more because I don't want to mess with it. Okay, so let's go. What?
There, you got it.
Oh yeah, and make it a little bit bigger. So then now let's go and make a mark. I'm going to go ahead and do that down here. Maybe. Crud. Oh well, we'll do the best we can. There we go. Okay, now, there we go. Alright, so I'm going to go ahead and shrink it down a little bit because I don't want it that big. Okay, so you already did A, B. So then now what do you think you're going to do next? Wrong.
The angle.
I would do the angle first. Okay. So, do angle A first. Okay. So now, I got to somehow, there we go. I'll just reset the line. Now we're good. Okay, so now you're going to go ahead and duplicate angle A. Oh, what happened? There we go. So duplicate angle A. I'm going to go ahead and place the tip of A right there. And then I'm going to go ahead and use that as my arc. So there's arc on A. Now I'm going to do the same thing. Okay. Well, let's see if I can. No, there, that's close enough. There we go. Okay, let's go ahead. There we go. Okay, so there we got that. Good deal. Okay, so do you already duplicate angle A and you're just waiting for me? Okay, so remember now what you're going to go ahead and do is you're going to go ahead and, there we go, make it a little bit smaller. There, I'm getting back. There we go. Okay, so now you're going to go ahead and measure the opening. Okay. There we go. Okay. I'm going to go ahead and measure the opening here. And then I'm going to go ahead and draw the line through. So now let's go ahead and draw that line through. So I know that that's angle A. So now I need to find AC. So how are you going to do that one? Yep, duplicate the segment AC. So I'm going to go ahead and duplicate that. In the book it says BC.
Yeah.
Okay. So we'll go ahead and do BC then. Oh, that's right, because I changed this based on what the book said. So let's go up. Well, yeah. There we go. That should be good. Yeah, that's close enough. Okay, so here we go. So BC means you're going to go ahead and come over here. You're going to go ahead and mark that. There we go. Crazy. There we go. So what are you going to do at B? What are you going to do now? Make an arc, a big arc. Okay? So now I know that where that aqua arc intersects the blue is what point?
Mm-hmm.
What point is it?
Mm-hmm.
C. Because I've already got B on there. Okay, so that's what you're doing. That was actually, well, we actually constructed it like BC. So, and see, I actually changed it. We'll do B. So it's like the one in your book on number 5. But that's how you duplicate using an angle and two sides. Yes?
Let's see the empty spots, and if you carry that blue off the line further,
Yeah, but the problem with that is that AB isn't going to be along the side anymore. You got that? And that's generally, they kind of try and give you that. So, alrighty, so here you go. You got 1 through 6. Pages 171, 172. Yep. Through where the arc intersects. So this arc.